All right, good morning, everybody. In case you're wondering why we're up so early, it's because I have a great interview coming here on Roaring Lions with a brethren, and he's located in London, so we're on a different time zone. And I'm about to interview an elder, one of my elders, somebody that I look up to, that is a historian in a sort of a way. And it's a brethren by the name of Jah Bunny. So we're going to have Jah Bunny come over and do a great interview this morning, which is midday in London, where he's from. And this is going to be exciting. We're going to cover a lot of history. I have to find my questions for the brethren. And we're going to get it going. Yes, indeed. So this should be exciting. I got a bunch of things to ask him. I had to get my notes. And this is an international interview. The brethren was born in Jamaica. I'm born in Chicago, Illinois. And we're just going to discuss many things going on in the community. Let me get your brother Jah Bunny in here. And we're going to do this exciting interview with the brethren. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Here on Roaring Lions, we have some really good, interesting interviews. You can hit the hashtag Roaring Lions, and you can be able to start to find these interviews. And this is going to be a great international talk. He's older than I am, so I'm going to be learning. I'm going to ask a bunch of questions about things historical that happened before my time. And we're going to make it do what it got to do. He's having a hard time getting into the live. They keep saying he's unable to join the live. So let's give him a minute. See if he's able to join the live. I hope you're all doing good. Good to see you, Green P, Jazzy, Dr. Camel, Miss Pretty, Money Boy Turk. Bistro, good to see you, Bistro. We're going to see if we can get Jah Bunny over here. I may have to restart the live. Maybe I didn't have something set up right. Maybe. Maybe I should have had my internet on. I have it on now, but maybe it's too late for his phone to see it. We will see shortly. Yeah, I'm early. I'm up early. Trying to get this live going with the elder Jabani. It's going to give us a lot of history on Jamaica, a lot of history on Black people internationally. He has lived in Jamaica, of course. He's lived in the United States, and he's now currently lives in England. So he's international. He's also lived in Africa, South Africa, for a while. So he has a lot of knowledge. He has a lot to say. And there he goes there. He has joined the live. And so we should get him in here shortly. Good to see you. Bunny Rhythm, a.k.a. Job Bunny, a.k.a. Badass, a.k.a. Bad Horse. Yes, indeed. And there he is.
1 minute. Let me see if my camera is my camera is showing the back way. Let me turn it around.
All right, brethren.
Let me just find out to turn my camera around. Let me just see it. Oh, yeah. There we go.
There you go. Salute, my general.
Respect.
Hey.
And love.
I've been wanting this interview bad, brethren.
Well.
Because I want the people to see the exchange between the eye and the eye. And you being one of my elders, there's a lot of information I don't know, you know, but you got the information. So everybody, greetings, greet the great Jabani, General Jabani, Ambassador.
Respect and love. Respect and love to the black world. Yes, because I have to keep it that way, black. We're talking to the black world.
Yes.
So let's set some parameters here now, King.
All right.
I don't have a reason. I would not have a reason about the Bible.
That's right.
I would not have a reason about our God.
That's right.
We have a reason about Rasta as a revolutionary movement.
That's right.
And the first thing I want you, how you approach me, because that's how you get your strength. Approach me like you meet me at the prison yard.
Yeah, brother.
So you know, so there are certain things, you know.
Yes.
There's certain things where we're not going to reveal because the generation gap that we are dealing with now, these people are very fragile and most of them grow. So these boys don't have any manhood in them. Yeah. Most of these boys was raised by so-called strong black woman. I don't know what that is, but his woman raised them and them told to tell us that mother raised them. Yeah, so we are going to things different because I know my mother raised me, my father raised me. So it's a father thing me upon. Not that I don't respect mother, sisters, daughters, but most of these young boys, them into them feelings, and them feelings lead them. So for me, I've been waiting for this from the. Is a prisoner telling about you know one of my prisoner brethren named Fidala. Yeah, I want my prisoner brethren. Him do 27 years of prison. And him first send me your link. And the links them were in the send me the two first piece where they do on Rasta. Yeah, we have burn out some boy. So you have to know when you have burn out some boy, you have my generation have you under observation, and I know so the truth. I come forward because one of my favorite quote is it's so real what you say. Because when you say it, people when I know where this thing come from, take offense. But the I say, because to we that are the reality that when we connect to the eye, when the eye say, the eye walking at the club with 2 yard man, some Trini brethren, and go heal them. And the man them ask you, where you heal them Trini boy there? Yeah, that resonating in my head. So part of the thing now, what they not like now, they not like oh with a lot of the negative thing where come out of the eye mouth, out of milky mouth, out of weak mouth, out of juicy mouth. When I hear these things, they don't apply to I. Simple. I can't take these things personal because I know it's factual. And that's where them having problem now, because I supposed to be one of them. Me I say the eye them right. They are seeing it now that I'm taking side with the young kid. Where your mindset, oh, a black man, I'm going to be a Yankee. You know anything about America? You over. So, set the foundation. I just want to show you a couple of books. Don't make the eye overstand the level. You see that book here? It is Black in Selma, Alabama. That's where the whole thing starts, the march, and come off of the bus to the Rosie Park. Right. So I know everything about Selma in this book. And I have this book. Sarah. Look. You see the red, you see the black, is Rockers Island stamp. That Rockers Island stamp. So I have this book from 1980, 81, when I take over Rockers Island. Yeah. Me and my team, take that. And when we take that, the Jamaica government have to come in to negotiate with I, me a catch. Me a catch. And the governor come and watch. And the Abuna of the Ethiopian World Federation in the Western atmosphere came in. And out of that, riot or so-called take over. When we negotiate and get them back to jail, one of our demands was books. I also get the Kibanegos, the last books of the Bible. All those books, I took them away. In man movement and travels, them books they get, far along the way. Now, see our next book here. That is Soldier Brothers. We have studied Soldier Brothers from 1971. that time me get captured. Enough time I get captured enough here. This is all the game. We don't get arrested, we get captured.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we get captured again early out. And while we're there, them build a special prison again for and I in Jamaica, a prison named NCB. That's a prison within a prison. In that prison, when I was there, I think I was around 15-year-old or 16-year-old. Bad juvenile. So it's 59 cell in that jail. So it's Jamaica at the top. Brew, juvenile, delinquent. How we was house in that. So while we were there, this one, death row, I was the mailman for everybody on death row. They call Gibraltar for the maximum security. Escapee them. While I was at NCB to deter us, through our juvenile and them one with like change ways. It was I and I them used to clean the gal's yard. So before them hang you end up, you spend 2 weeks in the death house. So you sit down in the death cell, that's when them start give special food. You know, go in America, but about things. And then use you like I and I now to clean that yard. So if 3 man there in the death cell them, for the last 2 weeks, me have a brethren, a Rasta man named Glenford Pusey, them call him Dillinger. Because you have to know, say, the American history take our people right now in denial. And this is the next thing too. They are in denial of our own self. The American history take all, everything that the item do. Influence I and I down there. Now we are trying to say we influence or not. I'm not buying that. Because so come my name Badass. The name Badass is one of my elder by the name of Pink Hawk, the Rasta man. Him was involved into the negotiation of tearing down back a wall. Him name I is the Dirty Dozen with Lee Marvin. Lee Marvin is also known as Ask Mouth. Them give me that name. Then we take a next name. The Wild Bunch movie. There was a group of I and I known as the Park Heights, which is any man with ear name Heights is a revolutionary Rasta. So you have Heights and the whole our name. So whether you are GLP or you are PMP, from you is a Height, it's a different neutral thing. So yeah, this Height, Lanites, Stoutites, it's a thing that outside of the politics go on. That Rasta thing always bind us together. So you find while we are there in Jamaica, you have Rasta there. They not deal with politics. which is the elders them. My father, Martin Muplana, is a politician. But nobody not tell us him a politician. And I know that. He was not a priest. He was a teacher. And in the end, he becomes a lecturer. But the divide and rule program is that when the government took him from Scotch Park and took him to the university and make him a lecturer, that was a controlling aspect of it. Because now, he couldn't speak again like he used to speak before. And he couldn't do nothing like he used to do it before. At the time when I get up to him, I'm in the field in South Africa. South Africa is 10 high from Jamaica because I'm in South Africa, straight from Africa to South Africa. The reason why I had to make that trad is that when I get captured, I was just a young Rasta youth. Man at 25. But very zealous like any other to know. That's why I can relate to them. Very zealous, very want this movement to move. Because my nature of being properly vet and trained and brutalized, live in a dumb cell. I live in a dumb cell from me around 12, 15, me I go in a dumb cell, you know. You know what a dumb cell is?
No.
You know what a dumb cell is?
No.
A dumb cell is a cell where you don't speak no sun or see no light. In a dumb cell, them sentence you so while you're bad in the prison. Like in America, them call it the shoot. Or the special unit. But in Jamaica, them call it the dumb cell. So it depends on what you do, you get sentenced to dumb cell. You get a thing called 21 day about. You get 21 day bread and water. 21 day about. The first 2 days you get bread and water, twice a day. Bread and water. That's how you meal for the day. Then them alternate it. About is fresh cornmeal and piece of yam and salt. So I'm gonna tell them as I'm well trained from discipline, because these things supposed to be punishment, but it's also discipline you. When I was a youth coming up in this thing, no police, I never tell no lie, no police never abuse me on the street. Because I have gun. Yeah, and it's draw gun and fire. But sometimes them capture you and hold you. When I did lickler, I feel how me becomes how it is today now. When I lickler, there was one time, I think I was around 14. And the police, them come off a mission. And them all, one of my brethren, Rasta youth too, but him soft. Because you know some man soft. Yeah. So them beat him. And him tell them to come find me. And them come for me. But when them come for me, and I really me them the one, them want me to tell them upon you. Them carry me And I tell a Pharaoh, a big, them put me for lie down on my belly. And a big fat boy sit down in my spine and lift up my left foot. And the next boy with a 10-pound sledgehammer beat me with it under my foot to extract information. And you know what, say, I bear it, I never talk. Yeah. So these, all right, put it this way. My dad forgot get captured. You see, one at a time I get captured like all 3 times a week. But how I get captured now, you have to know. I never really get captured for nothing me do yet. Because back in those times, you get captured and it's more for extract information from you for the real person. And sometimes if you don't give up the information, you end up being charged for the crime. And because you're a real soldier, you zip up. And once you zip up, the element of the Badlands protect you. So right now, I'm protective species. You have to know these things. I stick up the world right now. The world gets stick up. I have Moroccan citizenship. I have Jamaica citizenship. I have British citizenship. I have Zimbabwe citizenship. And I have South Africa citizenship. So what up? Them can't do me nothing right now.
Now let me ask you something. What year were you born?
1954.
Wow. And were you born a Rasta?
Yes.
Were your parents Rasta?
Both parents Rastafarian.
Wow. Now,
them come from Kumina to Rasta.
So were you there at the event when His Majesty came to Jamaica?
Definitely, definitely.
What was that like? What?
All right. It's the people hear that the king come and them things say it was just something that the king just come. But prior to the king come, Bongo Watto call all night, all island ground nation. So for the record, the whole history of Rastafari nation, as far as I know it, is in Bakawal, West Kingston. I don't know it from nothing in no hills. I don't know about no hills, Strad. I never go in no hills until after me come from foreign to visit Jamaica. That's when me go know hills. So me no want no man come to me now with no hills talk. Cause me no no hills, me city Rasta from Bakawal. No. After that, to say this. When the king come into Jamaica, Bongo what you call a full-scale ground nation at his yard or camp. At the time, his camp was on Bottom 9th Street. So all functioning Rasta, name them. And the island gathered at Bongo Water Yard, a trench town, for 7 days. So we are there for 7 days, holding dinghy, chanting, doing all these things for the preparation. In those days, when we move, the call is all road lead. So the all road call was from 9th Street. From 9th Street, the procession take off to the Palisados. I personally was on the truck with our old man and that whole that team. Those were the representative at the time on that truck. Then we have Count Adrian, Rat Michael and the Sons of Negros and two at TM trailer truck, you know, playing the music. When I get to the airport, we mass because at the time it wasn't like now. In those days, the airport didn't build the way it is. So it was like those fence. So the delegation that I am in was able to have access to the airway. Because in those times you come off of the plane, them put a step up by the plane, you come off and you walk. So that crowd where you sit, that was under the plane wing, they were supposed to be up on the gallery, because there was a gallery. They were supposed to be up on the gallery outside of the airport. Because them time the fence was barbed wire, Rasta just jumped the, so everybody just, that's where the disorderly start from. It's not push the place down, or we not take over the place. We jump the fence, because it was like a goat fence. It wasn't a real security fence. So everybody just jumped the fence. So when the plane land with the king, a bit of rain fall, yeah, you know, them kind of rain, because we see them rain there all the time. So to me, the rain was no special rain. I one of them normal Jamaica rain when rain just come down sudden, bang, and then the sky dry up, sunshine again. I'm sure you see those rain sometime in Chicago. Yeah. It's like instant, rain just start fall, and then it stops sudden, sun come back out.
Right.
One of them rain there. So when the plane come, because I think the plane come from the direction it appear, but to which part be there? It like it a come from, it now come from east, it a come from west, but southwest, not the sky. So the plane come down. So when the plane come down, because there was no perimeter, and the plane stopped, the crowd merged under the plane. So there is no way to come down. Man, they are like chalice, man, you know. At the time, the belief was that our God is here. Not I and I, but somehow, I think that thing there, what the man as me know it, because me used to go at Bingy to make the record straight. Me used to go at Bingy Fair, where it's like you go a nursery. I go at Bingy, where in the day, little kids are weed up on the harps, are we do all the thing. If me chant one of them chant if I'm back them time, the place weak. Yeah. Because when me a go Bingy, listen what we are sing now. And where the and them no go away. Me want go home and me yard. Wonder where the white man them no go away. Me want go home and me yard. Burn them out, Selassie, burn them out. Burn them out of Ethiopia land. Attack me go up at the Ketepan. Man come from Buzzwalk, they would a chant we say, Ayan, Aya. No light in a Zion, there will no light there. No night in a Zion, there will no light there. I no need no can go like, and then you have a next chant where say, I think I know that same chant, there's a verse where say, I tell all the Gentile who come from Fontawal, I like Nanto. So, I come from Boswa.
Hey, now what about the one, everything Rastafari do, the white boy a follow?
Yeah, man, all them chant, but you see, I tell you when me listen. You see, and you know, starting up it up, guys. You see, you let me show you how you know. Here, what now, Sarah? In a them time there, when me a go, that man never have no power. Yeah, so that's why me start my chronicle from me coming on earth. I know about before me coming on earth.
Mm-hmm.
That is history. But now, what I talk about now, Sarah, is how I was raised and framed in this movement.
Okay, but now go back to the plane. Tell us what happened, you know, when His Majesty came off the plane and all that history. What was that like?
Right. When, first of all, the plane door open and the king come and look. When the king come and look, you'd have to see the era's vision of what the king said. The king's supposed to have come to an island. So, may I tell you when he did it and where the king said.
Mm-hmm.
Remember now, you know, down as far as the eye can see downstairs is a Rasta man, Rasta woman, Rasta picnic. And you have to understand now this is Jamaica. So you have man down there, uncle and back chunk alone. You understand the vision of me, you know? Man down there. You know one, them stone him not come make it. So the man them look. So the man them look. Every man come out. Every Rasta man come out. All man, you know, come out. You have to envision now, the man them come as them is. So, you know, like say, Rasta go put on suit and no, I don't turn up. So, I don't know if the king was prepared to see a whale come like that. But the king go back, can shock, and go back into the plane. At the time, our prime minister at the time was a man called Dan Sangster. Him just did resell it, take over because I think Buster did just dead or one of them did just. Either Shearer, one of them did just dead. I don't remember. But him never did it for long, and him dead after too. But him is who tell the king that the people them out there is saying that I is our God has come.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, that is what get them use for them promotional program for this type of thing to where they know. Honestly speaking, I don't know what was said to the king in the plane. I don't know what transpired on certain level.
Mm-hmm.
Those information is not privileged to hide. So what I go speak of now is the king called to the old man, okay, get the place in order. And then we leave the airport. I think them leave the airport and go to the National Stadium. But by that time, we have enough of it. I show the eye, by that time, we have enough of it. Me and my team have enough of it, because them other talk busy there. We know in that. Yeah, you have to know some man in a talk and a hold it back. Man gone back now. Man see the king and man gone back on them ends, gone lick chalice and glorify and, you know, build upon where we sit. So where we see we are deal with now, we not talk about the king journey and where the king do. The king come at this up, our thing take a different turn. Prior to the king come, Rastafari was one movement, well organized. So all this thing where the king has to go organize and centralize, me not buying that. Because I just tell us the Park Heights, the Rima Heights, every heights. Up until today, we still organized. That's why I hear that I can say, don't come talk to me if you don't know nothing about this, because you have people out there, because we talk every day still like how we are. And so when I do, I become always an upfront, yo. Imagine them when know when I do. Imagine when they get captured with, me show you. Serious Rasta out, being out. Yeah? Now remember, just go back with them, but I'm going to show you the difference. Now try to establish now from when we start check with the movement I go.
Okay, let me ask you one thing. When Rasta split up, how many different houses? Do you know the names of all the different houses?
Yeah, man.
Name.
When tell you, they never split up. Rasta never split up.
Okay.
So, yeah. Rasta never split up. I'm going to tell you what happened to Rasta. Rasta going at the night itself. And turn upon itself. No split never go on. No split couldn't go on. Rasta start hustle itself. That's what happened. Rasta start hustle itself. Because, as I showed you before, prior to the king come, and one Rasta, the better. And then a whole heap of Rasta. The king come. Other brethren will tell you, say the king a Christian. These are things that I and I. We don't need no guy to tell me these things, and we not. I'm show you something now. Because when a guy talk to me like, Jackie, boy, come like the higher renounce. No, me not renounce nothing. I Rasta. But I'm going to tell you now where happened this up. After the king come, prior to the king come, can I tell you what? Something happened. But no boy not sing about it. Something happened in Jamaica. Something happened before. Just start hear about Rasta. Go back to the history and you will see. The first time you hear about Rasta, really. I know Rasta, so we know different. But the first time the world I hear about Rasta is through the revelation and connection. There's a Rasta man named Pharaoh Henry. Do you know anything about him?
Not much.
All right. It's Pharaoh Henry. Make us step it forward before Pharaoh Henry. So I go God maroon. I'm tell you now, one but two, front, back.
No, that's
the maroon.
We need that history. Break it down.
Yeah. You see the maroon are the first set of traitors. To hear them publicly still ask the queen to honor for them deal where they make with the queen. Now, when you call them traitor, you get back down in a, some of them was traitor. So you get back down in a, whether you go say St. Thomas Maroon, a different Maroon from Westmoreland Maroon. But a Maroon them name, so them a traitor. I don't know no different from your Maroon, you're a traitor. So I deal with it. I don't know no good Maroon. Yeah? So now, Rasta did it. But forget the highlight of Rasta now is a Rasta man we come from America. You hear me say? Is a Rasta man we come out of Harlem. So it's a yard man we go America and go Harlem and go get cotton to what's happening. You feel me? And get cotton to what's happening. So him now come forward at Jamaica and the Reverend, them call him the Reverend Henry. Theme history, them silent theme history. You know, go hear no Rasta man talk about theme history. That's where the whole program, that's him is who make we get freedom. So-called independent. Him, Claudius Henry. Because you were Claudius Henry, though, when him left Harlem and come forward a yard. In farm him one church. And renowned Pope and his followers, everything. Now, when he farm theme church, when him do, him go revolution style. Him send for him son from America. And him son come in with a team with arms. Yeah? And then decide, say, them are going to take Jamaica. Because Jamaica can be taken up. When me leave and my team leave Jamaica, we know so we're going to take that. But our thing was to go take Africa. See? That's on my mind there now. But we soon get up to that. So now, his son coming with a team. And the first thing him start though is weed out them from amongst us. So him strictly black. So all some black whenever to I stand with the thing, him bury them. I rat name Thunder. Him tell them to Thunder no roll no more and them find Thunder. That's like up Hillberry. I'm gonna show you the real history. So now film team will come in now. They don't have Jamaica police we are talking about. Strike on the Royal Police for that Jamaica. And slap with 4 of them. You hear what the man them do? When them raid the man them camp. Them find the camp armed to the teeth. Him and him wife, and I think around 14 of them, include them son, get charged for treason. Right? And I think him son and 2 of them, hey. So the man them dead for this movement. You see that strike where Henry strike, it frightened Britain. That strike frightened Britain into, it frightened Britain and it frightened all the scholars them up at university. Yeah, because them realize now said Rasta would take Jamaica from who would forget take from. Because them time it wasn't Rasta never get take from us, because we never have it. We will go free ourselves now properly. Henry, I put together a team to free Jamaica. Rasta. Now, When them lock up Emery and them team, that's when them send out now the first fact-finding mission. The mission they're going to 5 different countries, including Ethiopia. When the mission come forward, them submit 2 reports. Them submit a report by Rasta that was drafted by Rasta, and then submit the scholars them report. Right. From 1962 until now, in a them 2 report. You hear me? From that time till now, nobody no know where in a them 2 report. So because nobody no know where in a them 2 report, only man Rasta have to address when the report now is Sam Clayton, Abaranga, them 2 man there are 2 Warwicker Hill man. So I show you the strength of the movement now. The man no come tell about no Hill business. We talk about the 2 man them go, the 3 man them go deal with the king of Ethiopia before him come here. It's just that them, my old man, invite His Majesty to come sit where we at. Now, the 2 reports that the man them filed with the government at the time. Up until today, from 1962 until now, 2022, and I don't know what in none of the report them. Are you following the teaching now and how it becomes now? We build it. That me tell the world now. We build it. Some man get confused now for them understanding from the Westmoreland church. The man they did something different. Politics we are run now with the movement. Even though them lick down back a wall never drop down. Because them never lick we down. When them lick down, the building. Are you following?
Right.
The building them lick down, Pharaoh. They never lick down Rasta.
Now,
so
now what happened that caused, how did you end up with 12 Tribe of Israel, Bobo Shanti, Nyabengi, and name them? How many, some people don't know, name all of the different groups. How many different houses are there? Could you name them?
Right. Right. And last counting, come tell me, say, Bonnie, as they go along, Planner tell me, say. So my first I tell you what Planner tell me, then when me go tell you, when me know. Planner tell me, say, Bonnie, keep it and say me sell out. Yeah. And he might tell them, say, this thing cannot be sold. Because nobody no want this thing to buy. And it is to speak the truth. Never sell out. They never sell out. My old man tell them, and my old man is who invite His Majesty. But my old man also tell I, and him tell me things. Him tell you, for instance, that when him go a Sierra Leone, what him say was worse than Bakawal. You hear me say a while? I tell you how we build this thing, I know. him say the places them where him stay worse than Trench Town. And him asks I and I, would we want to leave where we are to go live in Sierra Leone? Him never tell him just tell you him find. Him say, I can't tell you what I find, but what I am telling you, that's not what you want to hear. Do you understand now? The man give them the facts, but because of the emotional side of it, and it's Africa where we come from, and everything there Africa, we're supposed to just want to come back there because everything there. So when Plana I tell them when we go see compared to where we are, it cause people start. So we're going straight political now because we know what we know. Generation now. We know. So when after the king now, breaking now, everything was one. The first thing the king do, which take, but it craftily. I think the king, I tell you what me think. Somebody used the king for influence the king for things that we don't and we not no sense. Don't I jam one day. Because why would the king else that the world send a school come give it? No, first him send a church come give it. A church him send for come give it, you know. And that caused the problem, you know. The king sent a church come give it. The day when the church had introduced itself, I was there a while in Ebenezer churchyard. I did it with Plana, Watto, Bongo Eddie, Jalide, Sam Brown, Historian, Wolf, name them. They were there. It was, I tell you prior to that, it was one Rasta. Now, when the Abuna come in the church, man in the churchyard, I lick chalice. I in the place over there now. We in our place. So our place unruly. The unruliness thing though when you see a go on down a garden. Something where only certain people can address that. Because out of anywhere else in Jamaica, Pharaoh, it's the West Kingston and Warwick people. They are very patriotic and traditional. Why do you think I am the way I am today? I'm a traditional person. Death before the sun. Death before the sun. I don't give a fuck who no like what I say. I tell you about my tribe. My tribe is who set the movement. This is the, you see when the first thing the Abuna tell me, the Abuna say, not worship highly high in the church. Because this church is who found him. And this church, including him, to Jesus Christ. Do you see the conflict there? And I instant burn the church.
Right.
So the church get burned from the church that get burned for a long time. But the church get burned out in a Rasta. It get burned out through black and white. And the church I work with Jesus, which is white. So the church gone. So the church not in a Rasta again. I will burn it out. But what the man them do now? This, yo. Man them do this. You see where Bob Marley do with the music? Because we have to call it so people can understand it. You see where Bob Marley do with the music? Now I go tell you, Bob Marley was utilized twice to bring me down. Yeah, he was utilized twice to bring me down. Tell you how. Bongo Watto, Bongo Edo, Eddie, Solomon Wolf, Jalide, Fox, all of them took church echoes. You understand? Them took the church echoes. And they all went away. And do get the church echoes.
Now,
How did this start?
Now, Bongo Eddie is who now?
Prince Edward Emmanuel.
Okay, all right. For the people that
him was, listen, him was the blackest of all black, you know. He was blacker than I and I.
Because
at one stage.
I ask you that at that time, Bobo Shanti was well respected because they were making shoes.
No, we don't reach that. No, we don't reach that time yet.
Okay.
At that time, there was no Bobo Shanti.
Right.
Yeah, we don't reach Bobo yet.
Okay.
Them can't come chat to me. Them we don't round this yet.
Right. Got you.
I and I watch everything farm.
Right.
That's why me speak how me speak. Me watch everything farm. And so everything farm.
So it's not no Bobo yet. It's still just Rasta.
Rasta.
Right.
That's from the start.
Right. Got you.
So, all right. If we're going to give respect to all the other, listen to this now. If we're going to give respect to all these different components of Rasta, why not now recognize and give I and I, the vanguard of the movement, the same level of respect that we were part of? That is not, we're not different from it.
Right.
But what that's why I say Rasta is in denial of itself. Because it deny each other in the first place. Do you realize that? That's why you keep asking that question over and over. Because it is in denial of itself. Because if you're a Bobo, you're different from a Bingy man or a 12 tribe man. I different Rastafari as a nation. That over.
Right.
So when I deal with it now, that's why I can't tell you my brethren them a 12 tribe. My brethren them a Bobo. Because I have brethren a Bobo up until today. I have brethren a part of everything up until today. I man still is a part of everything. That right? I am still a part of Rastafari as a nation.
Okay, so I jumped ahead. So go back to where you were before everything split up. How did that all begin to transition?
That's right, like I said just now. When we run the church, the man them already have them hand on the document. Because we never just run them instance up. Like anything else, this is how it is. And when I say this is how it is, right through the culture, we are the real culture vulture, you know. And we are the real culture vulture, you know. You have to know these things, you know. That's the first and everything. So you have to know. Most Rasta, when I care about now, coming like a secret. I tell you. We are the wickedest thing in earth. And we are the greatest thing in earth, and we are the goodest thing in earth. You understand? We're balanced. I ever balance. No boy can't say I'm wicked on me. No boy. You hear me tell you why? And in a badness, me I tell you my mindset. Worse then, me not have no fear for no one, so me not have no fear for them. That's why I'm telling this now. You see what? It's not like there's no more of I and I. Because you're the doctor. I and I know. Carry that fear there. There is that thing like, there's a thing out there where some shift go on where we turn by each other and we not relate to each other again. Unit. That is show me there? What was the binding factor in Rastafari? It's gone. It's gone. And you know what was that binding factor?
What?
Our skin color, blackness.
There you have it.
Yeah. Yeah, blackness was what made the world stink with I and I. Remember when you're growing up, everything that black, black and proud, say it loud. Every nigga is a star. Everything them show we do it better. The wickedest movie ever see, the movie called Wild Bunch. I'm a farm with gang, take that name. As Sparkites, we are the Wild Bunch.
So what's the exact history when everybody started doing the different little groups?
That becomes a business for the groups. Business. It was not organized business, a group business. So you find 12 tribes now. Since we're not going to the liquor man, them thing, the attack the man, them we're up there. We're supposed to work global. So remember, you know, Bob joined the 12 tribes.
Right now, how did Gad, and that's what I'm trying to get you to explain, how did Gad and Bongo Wato and Mortimer, you know, explain when that split really had part of it?
Them never split. You know, overstand it. You will never overstand it. Rasta never split.
Okay. How did they
now, let me show you what I want. Let me show you what I want. Muta, Jerry, them did it right now. Listen to me and you. You're not going to hear them say a word to this. And if them say a word, them going to add a word on it. You have to understand now what I and the I don't know. No higher authority right now can come and I tell you how it's set in a them blackness. That's the way the man swear to come set in a them blackness. That's why it's gone. It never split. Because when Water farm that, it did black. When Eddie farm that did also black. The light thing black. Wolf thing black. Everything is still black. So it never split.
Okay.
You have to understand now how he able now. But I remember, you know, Rastafari see itself as a nation with its sovereignty. So, a true Rastaman, him no follow no law in a Babylon.
Right.
So I couldn't be a vanguard with the mindset say police can arrest me. Right. Or I'm say arrest me, I'm a free.
Right. Now what I'm trying to get at you is the names of all the houses. Because I'm trying to learn too, because I know there's 12 tribes, there's Bobo Shanti, there's Nyabingi, and what?
No, listen again, Pharaoh.
Okay.
you have to know now how you reason Rasta.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're saying, remember I said this is not supposed to be a Rasta reasoning we're supposed to take it right position globally.
Right.
So this is not a bubble reasoning,
right,
or a 12th tribe reasoning, or
right,
a Naya being the reason. This
right.
is the reason now what me to tell you, say, treat it like you're talked to some man at the yard.
Okay, but this is what I'm trying to get. By me being and being young.
In the yard, no, listen to what yard me attack, the prison yard.
All right.
And the yard me attack.
Well, in the prison yard, you want to know all the groups too. So what I'm trying to find out is the historical names of the groups, because we're not in Jamaica, we don't really know the inside information. So I'm trying to see, I'm not trying to say they separated, but I'm trying to just get the names of what they call themselves to document historically. In
they
case
call themselves.
In case I'm missing.
Them, all right. In a Rastafari, the main functioning our group. The Bingi.
Okay.
The Bubba.
Okay.
The 12 tribe.
Okay.
Judah Coptic. Right. So that's just Matawal groups.
Okay.
Which is them is the actually political body.
Okay, got it.
The man them I think now, oh, everything outside of, because these are the man them who come together, where they are like the lawgivers. These set of man them know come up with this idea. The idea was to do everything in the king name. Because it's Rastafari.
Right.
So them now, and I take it where we now have that authority, because we after the king is who we say him is. So that also becomes now business too. When it becomes business too, different man decides that them can carry the business this way. Because remember saying, no, it's like it becomes a proper organization. But it denies that it's the organization. It's in everything, while it denies that it's in everything.
Okay.
Do you understand now?
Yeah.
So there is no split. It's just the higher produce music right now.
Right.
But I provide security for who are sing the music. So it's a package.
Right, got you.
Yeah.
I got it.
Oh, we are get paid. That's none of your business.
Right.
Because it becomes, so you find, because it becomes a business. You have man who open church night, man who open school, who have that idea to do that. Some man even join the government politics, but no make no changes. We're just like other people, you know.
Right.
Because you have Peter Phillips, I think he was either Prime Minister or something, or Deputy Prime Minister of Jamaica, who he was a proper Rasta man, you know. He was a 12 tribe Rasta man. He resigned from politics now. But he never make no change for the movement. He was all a 12 tribe and he never make no changes for 12 tribes. So you over. So it's just like, that's what I said, we are just like anybody else. We are people.
Right. Now, for the record, I know some of this stuff, but I got younger people watching. So by you being elder, I'm trying to get you to say stuff so when they watch this, they can get the history and you can explain it clearer than me. So that's why I'm asking certain questions.
And I must apologize to you because you say I'm so overwhelmed to talk to you as my brother that, you know, and when me listen to you, me know so me I talk to you like you want to I and I.
Yeah.
Me not talk to you like you, because you're supposed to know these things.
Keep doing it just like that because they need to see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you're teaching a younger generation. Some of them is only 20, different ages. So this information that you're giving is real historical information to the people.
Well, thanks for reminding me, because even me have from 50 to 11 or so. But me speak to them that how me speak because it's just normal to me.
Do it like that.
It becomes normal to them too.
Don't change up your style though.
Yeah.
That's why I got you. Keep it rough. Keep it rough. Okay. Now, when the music first came in, okay, first thing I want to say is my experience with Jamaicans in America was better than some of the younger people. Why?
It would be.
Because my experience is when it was more of a black hard man. The early Rastas I met didn't really consider themselves Jamaicans. They considered themselves Ethiopians or Africans. So it wasn't a lot of Yankee stuff and stuff like that going on. It was just love. That didn't really start happening until reggae got bigger towards the late 80s. So now, talk about that, like the big change, like, because the music was really hardical at first, right?
It is, but you see, let me tell you something now, where go on in our world where it's gone. It's gone. Where we at? Yeah, tell you where we at. We take the world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know the music and we take everything everywhere we go, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. When Chris Blackwell a deal with Bob Marley back in a mind time, a different time, a friend I look with me. And talk not tell about now. Back in them time, with me there's not chat to Chris. We just in our car and I show him the monkey face. Yeah, the monkey face carry this through the world though. Yeah, because we have it. You have to know, we have it. We not left it no time at all, because start time when we move a start time.
Mm-hmm.
So we move out of Jamaica. It is the movement. When we trapped in any city and soldier land, when a land to come look, work, we don't go create our own job by any means necessary.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the thing is. It play out wherever we go. Right? Now, for example then, you see, there is rules. There is rules where you go. But remember, say, Rasta never fall in a no guy rule. No guy never deal with Rasta to find out where the Rasta man want.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I know nobody no deal with Rasta to find out where we really want. Because when we did want 50 or 70 years ago, them demands a change. So man want different thing now. And every man want go Africa now. And every man that want go Africa, they need I know. But the kind of force with Henry let off this time with US backing. So you see, these are the things then that we have to know when we are trying to try to, how we see me try to. Because me know who give help when we forget help from wherever I stand. Where most Rasta run from and where Garvey they tell we. Garvey, so you have to balance the teaching them where you get to know. Garvey they don't show we say anywhere we're there. We join it join organization, join things. The spook that sat by the door did also show I that. Yeah. Oh, for spooks them. Spooks, we have spooks them right now, you know, you have to know that kind of fear. See what I'm there?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why culture did make you be who you is from that time. So at some stage you come connect with I. Because the work must go on. You know who me want to come to the classroom, yeah?
Who?
Because Terry and Jason. Yeah, because you see, them need to make the black connection. And for them to make the black connection, them have to have. I don't think that you have my brother, so you want to learn something. Because with this knowledge, I hope to accomplish back the blackness.
Yes,
we can't have America say black, a group of Americans say black. And we have to say we're monarchy. And that's the problem. That's the problem. You over?
Yeah.
So I know here you push that. So that is where me know say, and I think. So if I think, and I don't know say, I am the nation of Islam. Enough group me know me think with because me actually participate. Enough of my brethren them where a Rasta. Yeah. Put in work with the nation. Yeah. My name also is Ahmed. In terms of when our function, because when a function you don't know, you know how it program on the ground. Impossible for me. It's impossible for me that Chicago and you're black and you're part every day I'm not saying. Ramazan, come in, man, I want to go. And grounds. And when we have grounds, I about sure because the eyes are American youth. Because I don't know. I can tell you how because they have you. In the American sprinter where anything you want to know him can plug you in the American side of thing. While you know I learn from him. So that is part of I treading when we tread. There is people that wherever I go, people that you first recognize people. And you recognize where you and people have in common. If you're not a guy who have nothing in common, then you don't have nothing in common. It's a simple. So you knowing what you know now, be able to utilize it, and that's why I have to give it to you. How could I give it to you? Because if you can't continue not giving the youth them the fullness of the whole program. Because the biggest thing right now amongst us as black people is that our youth left to grow themselves. Especially man, we're in the field. Because we get captured all over, you know. This thing was about nation building. You see, after every man start hustle, because I tell you, everybody turn it in our business.
Right.
Everybody turn it in our business. The church is a business.
That's right.
So everybody now join different thing of it. So vanguard and soldiers left by themselves.
That's right.
You have people here when them dep on tour and me and them security, but if me touch Jamaica, them now me come near them.
Mm.
So the game play, you over. Nobody no real again. People go deal with you as and when them can use you. And it's that what that kind of culture and attitude them is coming out with now.
That's right.
My generation come out with a different kind of drop. A black love we have for brother and sister until that brother and the sister show us that them not really deserve that love there.
That's right. Now, tell me something. What was your experience like in Zimbabwe and South Africa?
All right. If me tell you how me reach Zimbabwe, you wouldn't even know. So I'm going to tell you. But me tell you already some from Attica, right? To Africa. I meet a youth while I down. And the youth tell I about Zimbabwe, because remember say Zimbabwe free when me there, you know. Yeah, me not depend that word. So me a hear say Zimbabwe free, and I think me have a brethren, because I say in the belly of the beast, our love back at them time there, me still have my number and name right now. That loyalty. That loyalty. Because the US know what it do now. The US know what it do. Yeah, so when a day I know I talk like we don't know what the US do. Yeah. Yeah. This piece of my little bridge, you know, where I talk about. US know what it do to I and I. Rasta vanguard. Rasta man where never fear them in a no form or fashion. Yeah, my generation, I tell you how my generation they take. I want some people know how we angle anywhere we go. When we touch on the ground there. One, we not leave gun. We not leave gun, not time at all. But our gun bust for any guy. Tell you about my generation, our gun bust for any guy. White, black, pink, green, any color. See that? So with that now, our approach, there is no fear. Because the whole thing is who you're the nice first. Now, about the system now, because we're not talking on the ground, we're talking about the gun was no problem to we. If you go into the history, you know the gun was never no problem to we. In America on the ground was a problem to we. And we lick the most cap. My team. Hey, our history. We don't even want to talk revolution because we take it different. You understand?
Yeah.
In my team, I want Jason and Terry know this. So my team, they take the US on a different level. Anyway, with that, them call the SWAT and the SWAT stay a mile away and talk and plan strategy. We're talking back in the days. And I like now where them use computer and things. Them know say anyway with them have to approach that cautious. See? Them learn now different, but now you see people have to know now say me I talk 46, 47 years ago. In the history. I'm proud of that history there. Yeah. So I don't want no guy come talk like we never come put in a work. Monks with brother and sister them.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm a virgin them know, so we have to go into the depths so we did link. A blackness we did say. We that said blackness before we leave Jamaica, so when we come and realize that black on a different level, at one stage all guns down. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what a lot of them don't know is that a Jamaican that came up is what really brought Africa to America as far as on the mainstream. We was dealing with Black is Beautiful, but it's Rasta that came here that brought Garvey, Africa, and that whole mentality. That was a major part. So I don't know why, Jamaicans got to get a lot of respect for what they brought to the United States. Didn't nobody have no red, gold, and green on or nothing like that till Rasta came up here from Jamaica. I never heard of Marcus Garvey or Haile Selassie till I started hanging with some Rastas. That's all facts.
Listen, this fair. When I know what I go through in the state, and I never stood out, and I have to speak for me and my brother them now. I said earlier, so I'm going to say it again. When I know of George Jackson way before and Jonathan and the whole history, and I know of Ashata, Shakur, Sundance, Jeremiah. We know all about these soldiers because we were always seeing ourselves as soldiers, my generation, and we were always in line with what's going on in the US. So the US history was like, the only difference between the US and Jamaica is that we're not a state,
Right.
That's the only difference,
Right.
But there was a time where one radio station, a radio fusion in Jamaica, and it link into the US.
Right.
You have to know now, at one stage, cheap labor for the US come out of Jamaica. You see, everything from Motown and Jamaica at present thing, Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Well, that me I tell you now, if you know these things. Some guys come tell us some different things, but they don't know.
Now, I tell you something. You brought up Tariq, the beef between African Americans and Caribbeans and Africans. The fact of the matter is that the real reason that there was so much negativity coming from Africans and people from the Caribbean to African Americans had nothing to do with adults. It had everything to do with the children.
Yeah, but
some of my brethren, young Rastas that had to go to school, the African American kids would tease them, would call them all type of name, banana boat man, African booty scratcher, and all that. So the children go home to the parents, tell the parents that the kids is teasing them, and that has a lot to do with the thing because, I was with a lot of young Jamaicans. I played in a reggae band, and the little brothers went to school. The older brothers had no problem, but the babies at the school, they had lots of problems going to African American school because we like to signify and we like to laugh at people and tell jokes. Well, I mean, if I'm from Jamaica and you joking on me, I ain't gonna take it like joking on another American because I'm in a strange land. So a lot of this comes from the youth. What you think?
You see, sometimes we can't overthink things, because when we hear that kind of reasoning, my head go back to step foot in the US. So I just can't talk from now my first impression and my experience of interlinking. There's a lot of difference between I and I. But the difference is balance.
Right.
And if you have to have that balance.
Right.
So if me coming to an American brother,
right,
then the balance will be there instant.
Right. But now,
if you don't like you, I don't like you.
How old were you when you came to America?
I think I was around 22.
Now, if you would have been 10 years old, you would have got a different experience.
Yeah, but no, Pharaoh.
Hey,
no, Pharaoh. No, man, Pharaoh. No, man, Pharaoh. Easy, no, man. Easy, no, Pharaoh. Easy, no. Pharaoh, easy, no, man. Easy with the talk, no, man. Easy, no. I'm sure you say if you easy with that talk, you know. I don't care about the history again.
Right.
Yeah? You ever see a picture with Bob Marley and Early Bird?
I might have seen it, but I probably didn't know who Early Bird was.
All right. And his last deathbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that picture they come out in a Jet magazine, car when that part of the archive will get destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
But from Bob last deathbed, a bird and Bob.
Oh yeah,
no.
That was a picture he got a lot of criticism for. They were saying it was a bunch of.
No man, no, not that one yet. We'll come to that one.
Mm-hmm.
That picture, bird is Zeke's little brother.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to understand now, both Bird, Duffy, Cisco,
mm-hmm.
and Zeke's, they all went to school in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They didn't have that experience. And them are Rasta.
Okay.
So what I'm showing you now, that difference that you're talking about,
mm-hmm.
it's not on the level, it's the root of Rasta and America was always still as one.
Mm-hmm.
Because my brethren them have youth, my brethren them went to school in the US.
Right. But now here's the thing. This is very
meaning that
this is very important. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because if you come to Jamaica, from Jamaica, and you go to Florida or you go to New York, you're going to get a different experience because those cities are multicultural. But if you come to Chicago or Detroit, it's not that many immigrants here. And so
right.
My Jamaican brethren get one experience in New York, a different experience in Miami, and a whole different experience in Chicago because there's not a lot of Caribbean people. By the time you come to New York in those days, Caribbean people already run New York, right? By the time you get there, because they've been coming there a long time because it's on the coast. And so when I played with a reggae band, the younger brothers came from school and they was miserable because here in Chicago, it wasn't so international like it is in New York. So that has a lot to do with it. And I noticed when I travel, different rosters that lived in different cities in America acted a little different because of their experience. Chicago is not too international, so they catch hell in Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis. If you came here in the 80s with your children, they call hell.
Yeah, but listen out here.
Mm-hmm.
Enough of these things don't change.
Mm-hmm.
And those things exist in all these foreign lands. Mm-hmm. Here in England, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what you have to realize, in my generation,
mm-hmm.
we took Jamaica wherever we going. We're mm-hmm. not leave it enough.
Right.
So you have Jamaica where Jamaican where your family and my family wouldn't mm-hmm. go at Lagay from the same block. Because we are talking now, we have to start from a blackness. Because my generation, as I tell you before, we interact with people through them blackness. That's because at the time it was say it loud, black and proud wherever you go.
That's right.
So, just to give you a little link. You see, before South Africa free, America sending 10,000 student monitors, yeah, to monitor the routine of the election. And if I'm not lying, I think over 2,000 of those monitors was in South Africa on that trip.
Now, what was your experience like in Africa? What was it like with the people? Did you have to do with a lot of tribalism? Or what was the vibes like?
All right. Here, we are going to Zimbabwe. When me land Zimbabwe, before I got Zimbabwe, when me touch Jamwak, me have my African mindset is on a different level because after so many years and the things them that you know now. So the first thing me did know say, I can't fire no shot from no black man again. I didn't know that. First thing I tell myself, say when I come a road, any man put a gun on me hand, I go feel it. Because he don't know the power of a gun. So that was a discipline you have to live with now. So to live with that discipline, because you have to know at one stage, the mindset was that leave captive, touch back jam one, and deal with it now from jam one angle. That was the mindset. When I reached jam one, them time that the old man still there, a Scotch part. But he wasn't a priest then. Bongo Time was the priest.
Now, when you say the old man, who are you talking about? Because these young people don't know who you're talking
about. Marty Maplana.
There you go.
Marty Maplana.
Right.
He was at Scotch Park at the time. But he wasn't the priest because he was never a priest. He was always the political advisor.
That's right.
Yeah, he was never a priest. So my present for 2 weeks at the Bingi was my interaction was strictly between Lions Den and the Old Man Camp and the Fire Keat. I don't go up under the tabernacle no time at all. In the Lions Den is where the man them is. You go in there, got all a reasoning with some brethren.
So who was the Lions Den? Who was that?
The Lions Den is where the man, because at the Bingi camp, you have the female quarters and the Lions Den.
Okay, gotcha.
In any Rasta organization,
right,
you're going to have female quarters
in the
Lions Den. And then you have to work out how you have to work out your affair. So it's like let me tell you something. It's a serious thing. One of the turnoffs for I not being a bubble, a lion then and the lady squat or something. Yeah, man. My brother used to go, and I used to have a little joke to tell him, yeah, man, go and go sleep with a friend them. Because that's how strict up there used to be. It was like living like a monk. That was part of the liberty. So you was not there living like no family. Yeah, you're living as a bigger family. But the daughters them over there and the lions them over the other side. In most Rasta camp. So now certain liberty, because that sound like we're going back on all the plantation, living like that. So the man them take that liberty and carry it in Africa too, you know. So you have to know the serious conflict where with it inner and some man carry it to Africa. Because when me reach Zimbabwe, me land in a Harare. Harare is where a place them call waterfalls. The waterfalls, want me to get some water.
All right. I'm going to have to talk to him for 10 hours because he's full of information. We're going to have a bunch of interviews with him because he's a walking his story, you know, walking history book. And you're a walking history book. And so we're going to have to.
Yeah, waterfalls is a land space where them say given to Bob Marley by McGarvey. It function, you know, say, like a smaller Shashamari. At the time, if you reach the airport of Zimbabwe, the custom immigration would direct you to go to waterfalls. So it's like you're up on a plantation movement still, you know. You're reaching off. Yeah. And I'm gonna direct you to your corner where you belong. It hit me like me in the prison yard.
Wow.
Yeah. So Africa treat me, you know, like me in the prison yard. Yeah. So now, when you got waterfalls, I'm on my ears now like me the article still. Cause it's a certain vibration. It's vibration. So I'm on a letter theme vibration like see them African, they don't trust them. You know. Same thing when I experience. Same thing when I experience in America. Me experience that amongst my people them while me was in Zimbabwe. Yeah. Can you imagine that here now? So they must say a lie when I tell. See that? They must say a lie when I tell and they do go a certain way. But I'm here now to show you that type of behavior is like a normal behavior among us.
So when a lot of brethren from Jamaica told you don't deal with the Africans.
Them tell me don't deal with the African them.
That's crazy.
The man from the camp when me there, the man them tell me say me not to mingle and mix with the African them and Africa with them. How that work? How that work? And that the man them tell me. So now me being who me is, cause when me look upon them man I know, them man look like them want, them there's not no style. That's me I tell you now. Them not have no style, them not have nothing. Them just come home and dip on a farm, like tourists. I will go on a farm And it's like a man just want to live off of you till the money done. Yeah. So me now being who me is now, first day me land on the camp, me tell myself, so in a day. But ask me name. And because, oh, me go in Africa too. I have to know now. Me go in Africa. Sound engineer. Out of Big Shoes Struder. You know who own Big Shoes Struder?
Who?
Lego Beast. Then when I big you the whole of them, you know. It's when I you know. You know, everybody silent. You think them do silence, so. The whole Jamaica asks who is Jaboni. But because we go on mission. So I come out and from Africa straight to Africa, mission. Yeah, mission we go on. Remember tell you say it's planner. South Africa send me to go for planner, you know. And that's some I did up the line, I did left, you know. And when we go for planner there, up at UAA. Why you think I me introduce planner on a level? Because forget what the Rasta man name. And when I come to this country, I left things here, I left things there for safekeeping. Some people hold on things. You know, so you just my story, so wow, I never plan my story. I am my story. Yeah. So I have to plan it, I have to take the picture side and nobody for sure say me is the man.
Right.
That's why I'm the man. Because I smoke the whole of them. Because I made it studies. I read spoke I think 6 times throughout my 15 years. And every time we get a spare time and them say what you want to watch, it's books. So you know, say we penetrate systems, high and low. My generation, this is how we take the world. We know that. You understand? It's a different level.
Okay.
Once is one iron, you can't pitch, you know.
Now here's the thing. Okay, so now you're in England. What's the vibe like there in England with black people? How are they doing? What's the racism situation? What's going on in England?
All right. Remember the art of Babylon. England, there's no difference between the mentality of the English people, whether black or white. Art. To know that, that's why Jamaica is champion again on that level. Because you can't get whiter than we, you can't get blacker than we. If you deal with a real Jamaican. And that's a nutshell, it's a simple, that's the attitude. It's because that is the attitude now. England was penetrated way before America.
Right.
England was penetrated before, so when it comes to our history solid more in the Americas than in Britain. Because our people mentality is we are one and the same. And that's something that means master too. So you have to be real about it.
Right.
Because I remember say we don't know nothing when I Jaboni born, a British birth certificate and put on me, you know. Yeah.
Now,
was a colony, yeah.
If you had black people all over the world listening to you right now, all in Africa, all in South America, all over the Caribbean, all in the United States, Canada, what could you say to us so we can get our shit together from the general? Like, get our shit together, burn us out, whatever you got to do. What do we do?
Listen,
what do black people do?
Listen, Pharaoh. Let me tell you something now. I have watched this thing, the nation, the Rastafari nation. I have watched it. I've lived it. And the first, this breaking down of us and them and the division, I think it start and it have penetrate us. I use the word us. So there's no division there. It have penetrate us. That I think, knowing what I know about where we are today in the world, as black people, I think if we deal with the problem that as it exists today, it's in what we exist. I don't think I can say much that hasn't been said before. I don't think we want a unity. I don't want a unity. No unity not going to help we right now. Multiculturalism not going to help we neither. 1 minute. I'm going to go for a book, come show you.
All right.
I'll show you that book there, 1 minute.
All right. You know, this brother, I'm born in 1958. This brother's born in 1954. So I'm always interested in listening to people that have been here longer and to get their perspective and to get what they have to say. So I find it very interesting myself to get this information from somebody else's perspective and somebody that's been here longer than I have. So I find this is very valuable information right here. This is a godsend. Like when you get like this and interviews like this that you can save that other people could watch, it's invaluable. You know, you can't put no price on this, what you're hearing right here today. You know, and so you're getting to see me, this is my elder.
Pharaoh.
Yeah.
The book I'm looking for, it's library, yeah?
That's all right, because listen, that's all right, because you got so much information. I'm going to have to interview you 10 times because the people got to hear this information. And I'm just telling them, out of respect, I'm not born to 1958. You're born in 1954, which means when you're 10 years old, I don't know nothing. So we have to listen to people because they have the experience. You have an experience I don't have because you got that age on me. You can see things that was different by the time. What you've seen at 15 is different than what I'm going to see when I get 15. So this is invaluable. Hey, if I was over there in England, you would have to lock your door because I would be knocking on your door and sitting up listening to you for hours.
I would be on your door too, Pharaoh.
Yeah.
I would be on Jason's door too. Because you see, that's where you find knowledge. Each one teach one.
Yeah.
And the whole thing to the question that you ask, what I can do, or what I could say that would change and bring us closer.
Or
I think,
or discipline us, which burn us out if you have to. But what would you say to us, whatever it is?
Well, listen, this is not a burnout thing. So,
just joking.
No. Yeah, no, but you see, the problem that exists between us today, we were addressing it just now while we were in Africa. So I take it forward to Zimbabwe. Because what I was to do, because members that repart me repatriates, you know.
Right.
Me never reparted love, me reparted hate. Yeah. So me never go there now like me go for look no friend. Me tell you kind of mindset me go in Africa with. The mindset when me go in Africa with is Garvey did said, we do not want all the niggas in Africa. Some is no good here and up, no good there. The no good nigga will wither and perish in 50 years naturally and leave the path clear for I and I who know that whatsoever others have done, we can do greater. You see, from the angle, me take on everything, you know. Yeah, so me take on all Garvey himself too, you know. That's the ambition that me have. Hence, me put foot in Africa. Something Garvey never done. And when I put foot in Africa, I dash way. That. I'm done with the West.
Hey, and it's 50 years is up, so the niggas is still here.
Yeah. So you have to see the mindset now, you know.
Yeah.
So watch your mindset, you know.
Right.
Watch the mindset, how me they go in. Watch the mindset, how me come out after 15 years. Watch the mindset for me younger brethren when me and them at the same age. He went in and come out 15 years after and produce death. Oh. See the link? Right. Watch me again. How me leave, how me go in, how me come out. Where me end up.
Right. Now, you said each one teach one, but I want you to understand is, but you can't teach a history you did not see.
Right.
And this is why you have to have the advantage. And I'm trying to get young people to understand, when somebody's older than you, it ain't just about teaching. They have an experience before you was here. And this is invaluable. This is priceless. Like, I didn't get to see all of that. I wasn't even born. So it's not that you're just teaching us, you are informing us of real historical facts that we were too young to see. And that's why you got to be on a higher level. That's just how I look at it. Somebody's older than me is on a higher level when it comes to passing down the history. What was it like? What was things like? And so you got to write a book, bro. That's a whole nother thing.
Well, Sarah, with all due respect, yeah?
Yeah.
We don't write books.
I forgot.
Yeah, we don't write books.
Yeah, well, that history goes on, and a lot of people don't have that history because you got Rasta history from a baby. So I wish it could be documented. That's all I'm saying. That Rasta history, being in Jamaica at that time, and actually being somebody that was there when his master was on the plane, that is invaluable.
Yeah, the world have changed now, man. We don't write books no more, man. We can't write no book again. I don't read, Fear.
I feel you.
So right now, you should take the opportunity now and let us set it now where it is locked You see, me tell you something how me start study history. Yeah? I'm going to study history on 3 levels. The world so-called Egyptian is a man named W.S. William Burge from England here. He is the highest authority in the world. I'm going to tell you how I know it. Well, Dr. Bendis Juvis Yakoman. No. Sheikh Anti-Diop and Dr. Benjamin and Ivan Sir Martin. They lock the black world when I did a study. So them is who I study.
Right.
Obviously, I read, I know of all other scholars, but I'm sure when I was study, because most of your, not you, but the generation under, like, who must say use them all a while, I soon tell you. But your scholars, them as them is today, they all cite who me study.
Right.
Yeah, so me know me and them in a same class. Them can't come. Right. So I'm gonna take on everyday conversation when it comes to if you're citing these 4 people that me mentioned just now, them I know say you may not have to listen too much to you because you're a different angle.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know tell me nothing new, so you know grab my attention.
Exactly.
See? So why me listen to the Tariq, Black Authority, Professor Black Truth? Me listen to them, Kevin, the whole I know, Dr. Omar. Omar can't tell me nothing. I'm not say it in a not disrespectful way, because I think on this program that I have a program before, it make a good talk. So some man them will only be talking. So you have to give respect for the talkers. And the talkers must respect the actual thing. So I listen to how you speak. And I'm in sync with 95% of what you say. I mean, I have to go around the thing and try to make argument for argument's sake. You said some serious thing. And that's what I'm telling you about. I'm in Africa now. I'm in South Africa, yeah? South Africa, as far as I know, is one of the most beautiful African country, land space-wise. South Africa. But in Johannesburg is what New York City is to the west. Yeah. Johannesburg is what New York City is in the west.
Interesting.
Yeah, you have to know these links. So if you see a lot of fly movie coming out of South Africa, it's real. Trust me. Just like when I watch Hell Up in Harlem. Yeah, same level. Real level too. See? So you have to know when I tell us to me in South Africa now. Me in the ice building in Africa, in them I live in the penthouse. And South Africa is a place where you're going to compare now Chicago, not even Chicago, New York to Johannesburg. So in Johannesburg you have all who can make it to the west. example, the US, Canada, or England. Talking about in Africa now. I remember say all these places that I named, they are English-speaking places.
Mm.
So these are the places, those countries have special choice and desire to get to these countries because language is always a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So Johannesburg population is like New York City population with inter-Africans.
Right.
You hear me say a while? Inter-Africans.
A lot of different Africans are there.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I know nothing from going in an elevator with 20 people in the elevator and it's 20 different Africa come from.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
And in the elevator, everybody's like this.
Mm.
And in that elevator, I jab on and say, wow, no, open them. Don't come with that elevator. Just shut up, sir. I said that to them, just like you do on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Force them to start talk.
Mm-hmm.
The misconception of Rasta have the serious effect on the South African people more than anyone else now. It have weakened them. Rasta.
Why you say that?
Because we have over close to 4 million Rastafari in South Africa. And they're all of the church called orders of different thinking pattern and belief pattern. So I hear you speak. This little youth I couldn't reach out to I because I look to the right. And I look, you see, right and left, not stand for dominant. And I hear you say it. It is the most evil place to go. No. And I can tell you about experience from a revolutionary point of view. South Africa, like anywhere else in that region, it's no different in terms of I and I. It's a level where the multiculturalism in those places is what is used to keep it under captivity. So you have, it's like multiculturalism now is the extension of I. Because multicultural now is extinction I and I. Pushing us forward. Because what Tariq and Jason and other people is looking at is not what the black people is looking at, i.e. the issue now. Africa now looking on itself. African keep a look out and even start going left Africa and go live at Jamaica. It is beneficial for them now. Jamaica now one place, if you got Jamaica right now, you go look here. You will see that it's already being taken over. And the people, the few that have anything is living in isolation.
Mm.
And most Jamaican today from my generation find it more easier to live off the island.
Mm.
You see that?
Wow.
Rastafari as a movement, the people have accomplished so much. They didn't know what in the first place. They didn't know why this movement was built, why it was set, the purpose and objective. Because we were just living, treating society how we wanted to be treated. So there was nothing for us to write down or lay down, because we just know so we don't believe in no system through our sovereignty. That is the level where we did carry it go. Whether it's one of us or two of us or 6 of us or the family, that's what it was supposed to be. That's why I tell you something, always get captured, because my mindset don't function in the level that I'm governed by Babylon law, wherever. So when the question they ask me is how it was when I came here in England. England being the place that it is, you have to know now that England have never let its people go. So you have that double drop back to shift from Jamaica to England. It's more difficult to go to Africa. Most people now let go of them know. That's a serious problem. Most people not letting go of them know. And there is no way you can take up yourself and go to Africa and just live. You can take yourself up and you can go to America and you can go and do that wherever you want here in the West. It's very easy. It's quite difficult to do these things in Africa. Especially if you come into it from a church point of view or perspective. It's just simple as that. But if you go into it, you know, the only person who ever tell me that an African is a white man.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the Africans, so in Africa, the Africans didn't consider you an African.
No.
Wow.
You say it already, man. It's African. African. It's us. Us is recognizable wherever we go in the world. Yeah. You have to know that now. We are the only species of man that wherever we go in the world today, you know, people have to just take a second look. That's just something from my generation and how me is like a natural thing that me inherit. And any building I step in, I'm going to get the work. From my youth till now, any building I step in.
Because I've seen you in a lot of videos that say that Africa didn't call you an African, didn't treat you like an African. Why you?
Right. Everything else, you have those. Let me say, A lot of people go to Africa and them come forward and then romanticize the trip and the visit. I was living there. And you hear I say that, but I say a lot more too. I didn't go there looking for a culture. I didn't go to Africa looking for anything. You know, I'm just like any other man.
Right.
I'm going to tell you something, I'm going there with a mindset. I went there with a mindset and the works of Cecil Rhodes, and all these great men, Ian Smith, and these men that have devastated these regions. That's the mindset that I have, that if these men could have done that, me supposed to be the greater. That's the mindset. So that's my mindset. I never go there to build up nothing. I have that slave type of mentality that I'm going away to build up. Them allow these guys to come and take these things from them. And the mindset that me have was to go back there and take back what belongs to us. That's where you not find in a no African leader or no. That's not amongst us. All you're going to do is talk and talk and talk when Malcolm did say, and where Martin Luther did say, and all these other people did say. When it is us now to rise up and do what we were told. So when me go in Africa, me realize that I'm myself not going to fight again like how me did go up na the thing. I'm not going to turn it now because the system set how it set us against them. Nothing has changed wherever you go in the world today. Even though them have tried to create that illusion. Oh, we are all one and nice together. But the train issue of a Ukraine, it brings that to the forefront now that, remember saying, if you went forward to my videos them after past. But in those videos, you remember, I start off by telling the world that it is us and them.
That's right.
That is the upbringing. So this is before the train and Ukraine thing. Right. And when I start and talk that it's us and them, people start thinking that I'm being decisive and all these kind of things. It take what happened in Ukraine now to bring it home to them. Because, like I said, a lot of people is living in denial of themselves. So they are not, we're not going anywhere with these people. And we can't wait on these people. Hence, when I hear our brothers and sisters talk certain things about how certain people behave when they come in the US with no respect, I can understand it because it's a global thing. It exists right here in the UK. So I don't have to even repeat these things. I just endorse what I hear and share them with the people that I think should know about these things. Because when I tell a youth that there's a shift, them ask me what? Them can't understand because them not fit. I see the shift. There's a big shift going on. But there is a shift that we are taking lightly. And that shift is what is going on amongst us now, brothers and sisters. That's the Americas. We can't have a shift now and then split again. Oh, that makes sense. When that we are accused, we are accused the African for not doing. So if we are going to ask the African them to step up to the plate now, we have to step up amongst ourselves and feel that so Africa can say, we ready amongst ourselves. And it's time for you now to open the gate. You don't have to tell them what to do and how to do it. When we are moving, we're moving as an army.
That's right.
And it's right there. And if you don't have the mindset, then you forgot to sit down.
Boom.
Yes, it's simple as that. That's right there now. We not talk about no unity with no guy around here. We supposed to know we supposed to be one black family around here. Getting now and keep demanding what we're supposed to get. So when we come home, we're ready to go, as I say, as an army.
Boom.
That is when we go, when we are going in, they must come out. Because we are going well strong. That's right there now. If they want, we spell it out. Without unity around our soul, then we're not ready for nothing yet. So everything around here have to get themselves in preparation as one.
That's right.
There is no Jamaican, American, or Caribbean black around here.
Yep, tell them, brethren.
It's one people around here.
That's right.
And it's us.
That's right.
Some people will take with themselves and go back where them come from. Simple, they were visitors. Some people around here, they go forward where them it come from. And you can't start with me. That's right there now.
Hey, that's powerful, General. I'm gonna let you go, but we're gonna have to do this again. But this is the best interview on Instagram. I'm gonna tell you straight up. You about to break the internet, Bridget. I'm honored. I'm honored. I couldn't wait to get this. I'm always the oldest person talking, so it was nice to have my elder on for a change. I really appreciate it, Bridget.
Well, it was a pleasure. Because it's out there now. Iron sharpen iron. So you keep the fire blazing the same way. And you're always welcome to knock an eye. Forget. Send me a link so I can send you some link. So we can organize in the future.
All right, I got you.
Blessed.
All right, salute.
Salute.
Well, you all seen it. That was powerful. That's the Brethren John Bunny. And you all enjoy the rest of your day.